Okay, let's get into this. Forget golds for a moment. Forget the usual stuff. What if the absolute hottest investment in 2024 wasn't a stock or, real estate,
Yeah.
but toys?
Collectible toys. Yeah, it sounds kind of out there at first.
Seriously. They're going to do a deep dive into this whole world of toy assets.
Yeah.
We want to see if, your old favorites, maybe that sneaker drop you missed, could actually be, well, a smart financial move.
It's definitely a fascinating space. You've got passion, nostalgia, and potential profit all meeting.
Yeah.
We are seeing a genuine market pop up for these kinds of items, things that really tap into that sense of exclusivity.
Right.
It's moving beyond just sentimental value now into real, tangible financial returns.
Okay, so let's start with sneakers then. It sounds a bit crazy, maybe.
A little, perhaps.
But those limited edition Nikes, Adidas,
Mhm.
they can just explode in value almost instantly, right, on the resale market.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking prices maybe doubling, sometimes tripling,
Wow.
and fast, like within days of release.
But there's a catch, isn't there? You can't actually wear them.
Exactly. That's the key. They become assets. You preserve them, hold them, trade them, like a rare artifact almost.
Got it. Like art.
Sort of, yeah. And the scale here, it's pretty significant, this resale sneaker market. Projections are saying maybe $30 billion
$30 billion. By when?
by 2030. So it's growing fast. And you've got platforms like StockX, GeoIT. They've built a whole sophisticated system for this.
Right, like a stock market for shoes.
Essentially, yeah. And that initial jump in value, a lot of that is down to the hype, the buzz, and just how few pairs they release sometimes.
Makes sense. Limited supply. Okay, so it's not just sneakers getting this kind of attention. Lego. Really?
Believe it or not, Lego, too. Some specific sets have seen just incredible appreciation.
Like what? Give me an example.
Well, think about certain retired sets. The Millennium Falcon, the big one, or the Taj Mahal set. Originally, maybe $300 retail.
Okay.
Now, on the resale market, you could be looking at over $3,000.
Whoa. That's, what is that, like a 900% increase?
Exactly. Over the last decade or so, that's actually outpaced gold in that time frame.
That's wild. Why those sets?
Often it's tied to pop culture, like Star Wars, obviously, or maybe it was a limited run for a special event. Scarcity again. And just like the sneakers, the condition, it's everything.
So keep it in the box. Don't even breathe on it.
Small chuckle implied, pretty much. An unopened box is absolutely key. That's where the real potential resale value is.
So what's the underlying principle here? It feels a little unexpected, maybe?
Well, at its core, it's actually pretty classic economics. Limited supply, high demand.
Okay.
When companies deliberately limit how much they make or they retire a product, especially a limited edition one, and then you have a strong group of collectors who really want it, the value just naturally goes up.
Simple supply and demand.
Simple supply and demand, just, applied to Lego and sneakers instead of stocks or commodities.
This is where it gets really interesting for me, though. It's not just about the money, is it? It feels like a shift in thinking. Suddenly, that box gathering dust in your attic, it's not just clutter anymore. Could that old action figure actually be an investment?
It forces you to reconsider what an asset even is, right? Look, traditional investments are still absolutely vital. We need to be clear on that.
Right.
But this rise of toy assets, it does suggest we can find value in, well, unexpected places, often places tied to our own interests, our passions.
Which, let's be honest, sounds more fun than staring at stock charts all day.
It definitely can be more engaging for some people, yeah. Researching something you actually like.
Okay, so hold on. Should everyone listening just, sell their stocks and fill their houses with toys now?
Small chuckle implied. No, absolutely not. Let's be very clear. We are not suggesting anyone abandon traditional investing. Not at all.
Good disclaimer.
But if you are passionate about certain collectibles, and crucially, you do your homework, you do the research, then maybe building a small, enjoyable, fun portfolio. It could be an interesting addition. Potentially rewarding, maybe.
Something on the side. And there's a kind of resilience here, too, isn't there? You mentioned nostalgia earlier.
Precisely. That's a big factor. These items, they tap into really deep emotional connections, cultural memories.
Things people feel strongly about.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that nostalgia factor can make them surprisingly resilient, even when the economy is looking a bit shaky. People often seek comfort then, right? Connection to positive memories. So wealth, in this sense. It isn't just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's also tied up in stories, culture, emotion.
Okay, so wrapping this up.
Yeah.
What's the main takeaway for you listening right now? Maybe it's just take a second look at those things you've kept, those forgotten treasures, perhaps.
Or maybe view that next limited edition drop, whether it's sneakers or something else, just with a slightly different perspective.
Yeah, thinking beyond just owning it.
Right. Your inner child, the part of you that loved these things, it might actually have some surprisingly savvy financial insights. Who knew?